If you knew me before, you don't know me now. It's about to be 1 year since I went off to basic military training. This is the only time y'all ever get to know my business like this. New state, new job, new house, new everything. If 2 + 2 is 4, how can she be okay with us talking? Say people in the military cuss like a sailor. Oh, yeah, I would never be with somebody like you. I will shut my yap. I have nothing to say. I'm not balancing it, bro. No shade, no tea, but like the only person I'm tolerating at work right now is I needs to know what I got to do and when I got to do it. So let me tell y'all how we met. Treacherous. What was I doing there? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As promised, I am back with a life update. Instead of changing, it's making me better. I'm turning a new thing, it's making me stronger, yeah. Rest in my life for good, yeah. Rest in my life for good, yeah. Wow. No, girl, a lot has changed. I'm not even gonna lie. If you knew me before, you don't know me now. I'm telling you that much. Let me just get comfortable, because you know what I'm saying. Now, the last you guys saw me, I was getting prepared to go on my Jamaica trip. And I honestly vlogged the whole trip. But like so much things happened. My trip got extended. I got trapped down there during a hurricane. All that stuff. I did still attempt to edit the video. But the old Kalia, you know, no follow through. Still struggling with that. But I'm getting way better. Don't worry. Damn, y'all didn't even know that I graduated. Okay, wait. All right. 2024. I don't remember anything from 2024. Anyways, 2025. Oh, yeah. 2025 was last year. 2024 was last year in my head. Because it's 2026. Wait, child. What? Anyway. Okay. So, boom. 2024. Biggest takeaway. I graduated. So I have an associate's degree. It's an associate of science, but like I was studying business administration, so I do have a degree. Like right after, I'm talking about February. I finished school in December. February, guess what I did? I went off to join the military. Like technically I joined the military in November. Technically that's when I joined. But I shipped off to basic military training in February. I am now active duty in the Air Force. Yeah, the best one. I know that's right. And yeah, I'm actually about to hit my 1 mark in a couple days. That's insane. It's about to be 1 year since I went off to basic military training. How was training? Training was interesting. It was not at all what I expected. I don't think it's anything like what you see on TV or on the internet. And that's just my personal opinion. I personally think it's more of a mental thing than it is physical. I'm not gonna talk too much about that because that's not all I am. But for the most part, yeah, I went through basic training. Then I immediately went to tech school for 4 months. That was... that was some interesting, man. Being in the military, you feel like you're in a whole new world. It's like you're in a whole new community just all by yourself. Like everyone who's surrounding you is also military. It's like, I don't know, like when you're on base, it feels like its own world. Like you have your own housing, your own supermarket, your own mall / BX. It's like crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I still can't wrap my head around it. But where I went to tech school was an army base. I hated it. I hated the base. The only thing that kept me going was the people. And I'm not gonna lie, I met some good people there. I still talk to those people. It's been 6 months since I graduated tech school. But yeah, I still talk to many of those people. But yeah, for the most part, tech school was interesting. You know, the first time feeling like you're all on your own. Like no parents nearby, no family nearby. It's just you. Like nobody's screaming at you to get up. If you're late, that's your fault. And you best believe there will be consequences. And it was just
a different experience. It wasn't fully like, okay, you're grown, you're adult, but it was definitely like a way to ease you into it, is what I would say in my own words. And after basic training, I went back home to Jersey for 2 weeks, which is what we call the Recruiter's Assistance Program. So it was basically free leave, but it wasn't, but it was. I got to stay home and be with my family, but all I had to do was like go into my recruiter's office and basically like help them out. Whatever they want us to do, we do it. So in my head, if I get to spend time with my family, that's leave. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that was 2 weeks. Right after that, I moved to my now base, which is where I am stationed. I won't tell you where I'm stationed, but I'm an engineer apprentice right now. I'm on my way to complete my upgrade training. I feel like I'm doing so much military talk right now, and I promise it's not intentional, but it's basically I'm training to be a higher level. Apprentice is like the lowest level, and I'm on my way to like middle. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm this close. Like I just checked, I'm like 87% complete. Like don't play with your girl. As far as being on this base, I moved into my first spot. I was in the dorms for 2 months. No, 3 months, y'all. 3 months. I don't know if you know anything about the military, but you don't ever stay in the dorms for just no 3 months. That's rare. That is so rare. It's usually for at least a year, or when you hit a certain rank. Every base is different. My base is very small, so they needed the space, and basically they said, yo, if y'all wanna get the heck up out of here, then we're willing to let something shake. And I said, let it shake, and I got up out of there. And now I'm in my own spot. I do have a roommate. She's also Jamaican, and yeah, we get along. We're cool. We don't bother each other. Life is good, you know. I'm enjoying being in my own space, being an adult. And okay, actually I'm not really enjoying that, but it's also not so bad either, because like I wouldn't want to go back to being a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So it's like pick your poison. Damn, I'm talking a lot. I moved in here literally December 30th. It is now February 4th. So it's barely a month and I'm still new to this. I've just been trying to navigate this whole adulthood thing. New state, new job, new life, new house, new everything. It's just like, wow, like how did I get here? When did this happen, you know? But I am so grateful, always. Big up God every time, because he does not play about me, okay? I'll tell you that much. And he don't play about you either, girl or boy. Like, come on now. You're up to date, you're up to speed. And that's like a really crammed summary of what has happened in the past year and a half. And I think I'm doing good. For the most part, I am. On my way to some much bigger accomplishments. You'll see it when it happens. I'm really proud of myself. I'm on the right track, I feel like. And I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. My only other thing is just that I wasn't feeling passionate about anything. I'm not really passionate about being an engineer. It was just like, okay, I would never do this in the civilian world. So let me try it, and I'm trying it, and I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. I felt like the only missing piece, as I just said, missing piece, I kind of just remembered like the only thing you ever need is Jesus. As it relates to that, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm pretty sure in my earlier videos you guys saw that like I don't play about God, and I still don't. But I'm gonna admit, I used to feel like this, not like this, because I don't ever feel like it's good enough. But now I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, or it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Seriously, if you don't stand firm on your beliefs, like it's so easy to just slip away and just like not remember anything. I'm telling you, it's like a whole, like you gotta understand, I was in basic training for 8 weeks, like no outside contact at all, besides our phone call, like 5-minute phone calls. But still, you know, I wasn't able to go to church and read my Bible every day. Like all of that was not a thing. And we would have services on Sundays, and that's really where I would just like you know what I'm saying? And I really appreciated that. I really appreciated that. It wasn't the church that I was used to or anything like that, but just being able to praise and worship was really good for me. But I will say since then, I have not been consistent with, not consistent, I have been consistent, but I haven't been reading as much as I used to. Now it's just like I read the verse of the day, I pray. I still pray a lot. That's always been my thing. But yeah, in that sense, I'm going to be so honest. Yeah, I'm not where I want to be at all in my relationship with Christ. So yeah, pray for your girl. Thank you. And you know how the military, okay, maybe you don't know, but they say people in the military cuss like a sailor. Oh, I was like, that would never get me. If you know me, if you knew me, I don't cuss. Like, I hardly ever cuss. Now, I literally had to like make an agreement like, hey, if you hear me cuss, I gotta do a push-up because I hate push-ups. I just started doing that today though. So far, it's 3 push-ups. So not bad, but still. Like, I'm just like, girl, that's not cute. It's not something I want to do. It was never, I don't even know when it happened. I just, yeah, no. So this is me being real transparent with y'all, you know, because I'm a real girl. I'm a real girl. That's on period. That was a mouthful. I did ask you guys for questions, so I'm gonna jump into that right now. It was only like 3 questions. Like, y'all are lame, boo. But yeah, let me let me jump into it. The first question is your best tips for staying organized. I guess that's not a question, but like the first statement. So if you watched my last video, I do to-do lists like every single day. I have a to-do list for every day, one for the week and one for the month. I also have a budget that's really good with helping me stay organized with my finances. I also do direct deposits. So once I get my paycheck, the money goes into different accounts. For example, it will go into a savings account, like emergency fund, bills, whatever. So all of that just goes where it's supposed to go. So I don't really have to think about it. I would really say the to-do list. And it's so simple. Like, I just use the Notes app. And once I do something, I just check it off. And it's so satisfying checking stuff off every day. I don't wait till the end of the day. I just check it off as I go. And I hate to see when I just have stuff that's like, hasn't been completed, like it's Thursday and I still have stuff from Monday. I hate it, but it still happens. Usually I just keep it there until I do it. But yeah, or I move it to a new day. But yeah, that's really how I stay organized. I don't really journal anymore, but I'm gonna get back into that. But I do think like having a journal, jotting down, you know, certain things, and also writing out your thoughts, I feel like that clears up your mind and frees up your mind and helps you to operate how you should. So yeah, those are like what I do. And a calendar too. I love a good calendar. You know, I needs to know what I got to do and when I got to do it. Okay, yeah, I would say reminders, but I don't really use reminders anymore. But that's also a good way. My reminders are just quotes. These are quotes that have been there for like 2-3 years. So like, trust me, I know them by heart. And I see the reminder and I'm just like, yeah, okay. I should probably change that because now it doesn't really have an effect on me. My other question, I'm gonna just get it out the way, is my boyfriend asking me if I have a boyfriend. Yes, yes, I have a boyfriend. I'm sorry for outing you like that, babe, but like, nobody cares. Yes, I have a boyfriend and I love him so much. Like, stop, like. Anyways, that's enough of that. I also met him in tech school. Okay, all right, pause. This is the only time y'all ever get to know my business like this. Okay, so let me tell y'all how we met. Before I went to basic training, my cousin was like, yeah, you should go in there, find your military God-fearing husband, all of that. I don't want no military man, girl. Is you crazy? And if you knew me before that, I definitely didn't want any Jamaican man either, even though 90% of the guys I've talked to are Jamaican. But anyways, tell me why the very last week of basic training, listen up, even more tea. I was talking to this guy before I went to basic training. We had like stop talking like that. I don't know, it was one of those dumb, stupid ass situations where it was just like, okay, we're not talking anymore, but hey, we're talking now, and now we're not, and now we are. I left February 18th. He had sent me like a Valentine's gift. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was on my Instagram story. I didn't know at the time, but that very last week of basic training, he texted me like basically saying, yo, like, oh, I got back with, no, he didn't say that. Boy, I don't know, I don't care. He texted something along the lines and talking about, oh, she's okay with us talking. Excuse me, hello? If we're talking, if 2 + 2 is 4, how can she be okay with us talking? Am I not the one who's supposed to give you permit? Like, it's crazy, treacherous. What was I doing there? Oh my gosh, save me. So he had sent that whole spiel. And of course, I was in basic training, so I didn't get to see that message until the day I graduated, which was the Wednesday. I think he sent that message on Monday. Tell me why. On Tuesday, the day before graduation, and it was our last practice of naturalization practice. My boyfriend is Jamaican, so he was also at naturalization practice. That's like to get your citizenship and all that. So they were making sure they got the pronunciations of our names right. Spoiler alert, they didn't. They called his first name and said Jamaica, and I was like, Jamaica? And he was sitting right in front of me, like right, it was like a stadium, so it was like stairs, so we're sitting like in a slope, and he was in front of me, so he was below me, and he was beside this other girl who was like, she had locks and everything. I was like, she's gay, that's not his girl. I wasn't on that time in basic training. I was not looking for no man. I didn't care, like, I was not on that. But I saw him and I was like, damn, he's cute. And then, yeah, it was just like a, you know, just a simple thought. I was like, oh, is that his little BMT boo? And I was like, nah, she looked gay. She looked like, no offense, but I'm just saying she carries herself in like more of a masculine way. You know what I'm saying? They called his name, they said Jamaica, and I was like, that's not no Jamaica name or something like that. And he turned around and he was like, oh, it's African. My dad gave me that name, and I was like, okay, and that was it. He turned back around and that was it. And now that we talk about it, I was like, you're so weird for not keeping the conversation going. And he was like, I thought you were gonna keep it going. I'm like, excuse the heck out of me, hell no. Anyways, I didn't think about it. That was that. We never spoke again. We never saw each other again until Friday when we got to tech school. When you leave graduation, you don't get to go home. You go straight to tech school. So we get to tech school, sitting around these long ass tables, and it was like 3 tables, okay? Now these 2 tables over here, I'm on the end, he's in the middle table, and the tables have 2 sides, you know, you're sitting around it. It's like a conference looking thing. Stay with me. And then I'm sitting right here, right, with my back turned to everyone sitting like this. Tell me why we're sitting back to back. And I'm like, wait, that's Gina now. That's what I'm saying to myself. I don't even know how we started to talk. I don't know. We were talking about being Jamaican. Just, you know, you're back into civilization and you meet somebody else from your country, you're like, you know, what's up? And then my other friend who's like, we're a trio, like I met him on the bus and he's also Jamaican, so it's just like, you know, oh, another one. So me and him too were sitting over here, and our other friend had to be sitting at the other table for a specific reason. So yeah, me and him just started talking, and we ended up moving out of that room or whatever. I was just like, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking about we're talking. And I was like, I don't know, I feel like I know you. Like, I feel like I could just literally tell you about your life right now. And he was like, really? Okay, try. And I start chatting, and I'm like, yeah, I think this and this. I think this is how you grew up. I think you have this many siblings, blah, blah, blah. Tell me why I was really close. Like, not spot on everything, but spot on. Like, After that conversation, I was like, yeah, I would never be with somebody like you. And then here I am. Be humble, I guess. I don't know. Never say never. I don't know. It was like it was a miscommunication. I thought he said something. I was just like, that's not how it went. I was trying to hear the worst out of this very handsome man. Very handsome Jamaican man. Hello? In front of me? Right in front of me? I was trying to find the worst set of things, okay? And yeah, we have never stopped talking since, basically. One day I was like, wow, I like him. I like him. And one day he was like, I like you. Psych, no. Of course we didn't say that to each other because we're like shy or whatever. But everybody kept shipping us. Not everybody, but like our friends. They were just like, especially that Jamaican friend. He was like, bro, that's your wife, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And then my people in my ears, they're like, girl, you are obviously obsessed with that man. And I'm just like, chill out. So, like, no. But I was. Fast forward, we talked through tech school. Obviously, you can't be dating in tech school, so we weren't dating or anything. But like after graduation, he came to see me, and we have been dating ever since. And then he asked me to be his girlfriend, finally. And yeah, I'm his girl. He's my man. Anyways. That's not what this is about. This is... But I love him though. Oh my gosh, I'm such a girl. Stop, he's making me blush and he's not even here. Guys, you know what? Shut up. Next. The last question is... Okay, the last statement or topic. I asked for topics or questions. So he said balancing the military and everyday life, friends, family, self, etc. I'm not balancing it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. For the longest, it was just military. Wasn't really doing anything self or family or friends. But now I definitely got better. Sometimes I would have to literally put on my to-do list like call your parents. Like what? I'm just intentional about certain things. Hopefully they understand. I think that they do, especially my friends, because I really don't get to talk to my friends that often anymore. And I never thought that would be the case, but I'll think about it and then something comes up and I don't even get to reach out or something. I just stay in contact through reels, basically. Reels, TikToks, repost, interacting with their stories, all that. And then like every once in a while, I just literally sit there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call. I usually call my mom last because she be wanting to be on the phone all day. It's okay. It's okay though. I'll like call my dad, my friends from basic training, tech school, my best friend. Yeah. I just have to sit there and take a couple hours and just get all my calls out the way. That's how I balance that. Went back home a couple times last year, actually. Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that good stuff. So I did get to see my mom and my brother and my stepdad. And that was nice. And my boyfriend's family. Shut up. Anyway, what I wish I could tell you is that I just separate my military self from my regular self, but that's not the reality yet. But I will say, you know, when I leave work, I leave work. Like, don't talk to me about no work. Are you? When I clock out, I clock out. And let me be on leave. I'm muting the group chat. Don't text me. Don't call me. Are you I'm on leave. Don't do that. Are you mad? But yeah, I would just say like leave work at work. And yeah, I was bringing my personal into work, and that's where you don't want to go. You don't need to bring your personal opinions. Shut up, keep it to yourself. I learned that, especially today. I will shut my yap. I have nothing to say. I have no opinion. No, I don't care. Matter of fact, I don't care if you think I'm right, and I don't care if you agree with me. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These are just your coworkers. That's just how it is. I have a friend who is my coworker, but like besides that, if we don't talk outside work, how are we gonna be friends? Like, we not friends. Like know what I'm saying? Honestly, no shade, no tea, but like the only person I'm tolerating at work right now is my NCOIC. Everybody else be on my oh. Damn, that was a whole lot of talking. I hope you guys feel more connected with me. I hope if this is your first time meeting me, hi, I'm Kalia Bianca. It sounds really weird saying that now because now everybody just calls me Nesbeth. Who would have thought? My favorite color is blue. My favorite color is still blue. That didn't change. Yeah, man. I feel like this is better than me coming to tell you, hey, I'm 20 years old. I live in so and so. Like, I feel like that whole spiel, you definitely get a feel of who I am and my personality and all the good vibes that are over here. And that's what you're here for, and that's what you're gonna stay for. And I love that for you. I love that you have discovered my channel. That's like a blessing. You should thank the Lord. Thank you for listening to me. Don't just stare at me and not comment something. Comment what your life has been like in the past year and a half. What is the biggest change about you in the past year? What has changed about you in the past week? And what has changed about you in the past month? I would love to know that. I would love if you would comment that. That would make my day, and we can just get to know each other because you got to know me, so now I want to get to know you. Anyways, I'm gonna go take care of my rest of responsibilities for the evening because unfortunately I am an adult and I do have things to do. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. See you on the flip side. Bye.